Hey, good morning, everybody. It's January 12th, 2026, and it's the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Oh, good morning. This is Bev.
And it's the favorite time of our month.
I'm here. I'm back.
Or this could be AI.
Oh.
You figure it out.
Ooh.
I'm hugging AI today.
That's right. You certainly are.
We're going to call you AI.
Call me AI.
Hey, how are y'all doing today? And what is it? This is the second week now in the new year. And there's lots of things happening on the planet. But we are continuing to share BioTouch with you. And please send us any questions you might have. One question we always get: what do you mean by healing?
Ooh, that's a great question.
BioTouch healing. What the hell does that mean?
What does that mean? Yeah.
And we used to just call it BioTouch, and then people wanted that extra word because it's a healing process.
Right.
So let's talk about, Chat and I got together, and Bev and I have been talking this morning. So let's go over some of these points.
Okay.
And you can comment in the comment section what you think healing is.
Absolutely. Let's have a discussion.
Yeah,
Come
that
on.
would be nice to hear everybody's concepts of healing.
Yeah.
So the first thing we have here, this is what is healing through the lens of BioTouch, especially. So, we're not saying this is the law, even though we'd like you to believe that.
We're going to try.
I mean, we're two Aries people sitting here, and what we say is the truth and the only truth, so help us God.
Yes.
So anyhow, through the lens of BioTouch. So healing is not the same as curing. That's the first point that came up.
Boy.
Yeah, curing is about eliminating symptoms of disease, and healing is about restoring balance, coherence, and wholeness, both physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually.
Boy, it goes right down to that cellular level, doesn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
Restoring. I love that word.
So we were talking earlier about it. It's an uncovering. It's an undoing process. That goes on over time, not something that we force.
Yeah. Well, if we really think about in terms of, so we're talking about BioTouch, it sends a message right to the body about, here's a possibility, here's something that you can use. So when we talk about an illness or a condition or somebody's sick, it's the body that it's not just happening from some undisclosed reason. It's actually the body giving us, in that self-awareness, indication of where we are out of wholeness, where we were out of balance, and the possibility and the opportunity to change that, to restore something. That's really what's going on.
And that's a process that takes time. It's like we tell people always, we're not going to slap you on the forehead.
Right.
You're going to fall over
You're
and
fixed.
jump up. And,
Right.
oh my God, I can walk again.
Exactly.
And so, we work with people, and it doesn't mean that you become 100% holistic or perfect as a human species, right?
Is there anybody on the planet like that?
Well, yeah, exactly.
No.
And we have, a couple of good examples. We have one woman who's been coming here for years, and it seems like every time one thing fixes, another thing has to be fit. Right, another thing unravels.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Another thing unravels.
Yeah.
But she continues to come, and we have a couple of them we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And they continue to come, and they say, one of the reasons I'm even grateful to be alive is because of those folks at BioTouch.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of that has to do with, my goodness, where it begins at self-awareness, that they are able to at least be present enough with this healing process to make choices.
Right.
To make different choices, to take responsibility and to participate in their whole healing process. I think that's a real big thing that BioTouch offers. Yeah.
And healing is not about judgment either in what you were just saying. You know, we don't recommend, we don't diagnose,
Nope.
we don't tell you how you should live your life.
Right.
You know, people say to us, well, should I drink water when I'm done? If you want, we don't care.
Got nothing to do with me.
It's about listening to your own body.
There's the breakdown.
Yes.
There's the rub right there, right?
And so BioTouch helps us listen and then gives us the courage and the strength to act on what we know.
That's right.
Perfect example with myself, and I started the radiation for my prostate cancer.
Yep.
I listened.
You listened.
You know, and I didn't buy into it in the beginning, and I remember tears coming to my eyes because there was this sense of, I'm going to be okay. Let's just listen. Let's see what the different options are.
Yeah.
Let's listen to each step as it goes along. And, you know, it's been a few years since the beginning of these numbers, you know, and you listen to numbers.
Yeah.
It helps us live with the diagnosis and the numbers that we get. You know, the minute you get on Medicare, the first thing they want to do is a bunch of batteries of blood tests.
I know. Oh, don't you want that? Don't you want that? No, you're this age, you need to have that. And
and all of a sudden now you're numbers. You're not a human being anymore. You're a number, and you don't fall into that range.
Oh my.
BioTouch helps us live in an awareness of those numbers and then find things that work for us personally.
That's it.
So healing's a partnership that goes on here, not something done to someone.
Oh, that's a big one for me.
Yeah. Tell us why.
Well, because I believe that humanity as a whole is here on a healing journey. A healing journey. So that brings in all those different parts of ourselves. Okay, and they're all focalized in a physical body, which is why BioTouch is so powerful. It begins to unlock the body, right, in that process. But we're all here to be together, to remember that we're so interconnected. What does BioTouch offer us? The beginning of at least a thought form that healing is for us. It might be a personal journey in each one of our experiences, but we are all going to heal when we all heal as a group, and BioTouch is that first step because it brings in a relationship. What is a relationship? Equal. Two people. The one receiving BioTouch, the one giving BioTouch, is an equal partnership.
Right.
Both of us win in BioTouch.
And many, many times we've talked about that self-awareness part of what we, in the healing process, which is not just for the so-called recipient. We say over and over, and we had the perfect example with Deborah, who wrote it in her book. She hated feet. She hates it. She hates it. She hates it. She got certified, and the first person she had to work on was a foot problem. I mean...
Perfect.
Yeah, and I find that all the time, you know, that people come in to help me wake up to issues I'm dealing with in myself.
Boy, no kidding. That's really true.
Yes, and that's healing.
That's healing, and that's why we say that when we practice BioTouch, we practice with each other. Nobody's doing anything on somebody. That infers part of our big problem, continues that illusion that we're separated. That one person is more special, one person is more knowledgeable, one person is more powerful than the other one.
Right.
I'm going to heal you. Yeah. Right.
You know, and that was one of the next steps in our little chat dialogue here, was healing includes being seen, heard, and respected. I mean,
absolutely.
That's what it's about. That's why every time we finish working with someone here at the center, we say, thank you.
It's just a natural thing that comes out of us.
Yes.
Thank you for letting yourself be safe and loved and seen and heard.
Yes.
And thank you for the honor for me to witness that.
And to let me love you.
And absolutely.
Thank you for letting me love you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, without that other person, there's no receptacle for the love.
There's no biotouch.
There's
biotouch is two people. What?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have nothing to do all day. I'd have to.
Well, you'd have to go out and plant another cactus or something.
Healing supports balance rather than forcing change. And so we've sort of talked about that. We don't recommend, we don't diagnose, we don't tell you should do this or shouldn't do that. It's an undoing process which goes on best when we become self-aware.
That's the big one, isn't it? I was just thinking, this whole foundation, a lot of its basis and the integrity is that it encourages self-awareness. That's what we know that BioTouch helps to do. Because let's face it, if it goes to the body, you say the cellular level, and it gives a message to the body, here, I'm giving you something that you can begin this thing. It goes all the way down. What good is it if it doesn't encourage a self-awareness to participate in that undoing process, right, and the healing process?
So that we see that all the time. BioTouch in that self-awareness gives us the strength and the conviction to know what I need, and then to find the proper professionals that can help me through that, or advice or whatever. What we find too is you'll always find it.
Yeah.
It will show up. Something happened to me yesterday that just showed me that. Oh, I was driving around. I'm dealing with this little supermarket that's being built down the road, and we've been fighting against it. Mm-hmm. So I drive down there, and I'm starting to take pictures because I want to take pictures of all the phases of it. And at that moment, this red truck drives out of the space, and it's the supervisor for the building of this whole supermarket thing.
Oh, God. Hello.
And so I get to find out everything and what they're doing and all this kind of stuff. And it turns out, but it was that perfect moment. Yeah. I knew I needed to go. It was windy. It was cold. But I'm like, something told me,
I need to be there.
That happens in our healing.
Yeah.
We're told where to go, what to do.
I absolutely have seen that in myself, yes. And I know that's true. That's what I'm saying. Deep connection, if we're paying attention, will guide us to whatever we need to be doing.
Yeah, your atrial fibrillation thing happened in the same way. I mean, all those months you tried doing these things, and you listened, and you tried this, and you tried, and then one day something popped in your brain. I can't even remember what it was. It took you to the hospital.
I said, this is getting too much for me alone to handle. I need help. That's what I said. The awareness came to me. It's time for me now to,
right.
Yeah.
And that's not a failure. It's not a failure.
No, thank God I did it. I didn't feel like a failure.
And that's key.
My life got better, believe it or not.
Yes, and that's a key to what we're trying to bring out here. That's why we don't recommend or diagnose, and we don't, the medical system, which has a lot of flaws to it, but so does the alternative and complementary field.
Absolutely.
Has a lot of flaws. And so you need to listen to yourself, and that's what healing is listening and then having the strength to act.
That's it.
Healing, real healing is accessible to everyone. Healing should not be exclusive, expensive, or mysterious. And we were just sort of talking about that. And so, BioTouch can be taught to the whole family. It's not, and somebody that comes in, there was a young lady came in with her wife and her child, and talking to her, she's all stressed. She was just looking for something for her sister. And by the end of it, I'm showing them how to do it. I get them a manual and, the link. And
they're on their way.
And just trying to share them that, here you have this family and there's all these stressors in their life. I couldn't believe the amount of stressors. Oh. It's no wonder she's getting headaches and da-da-da-da. And so hopefully this is the idea. The healing can be passed on.
It's a circle. Yeah. That family. What's the one of the main visions of this foundation is that it begins in that inner circle where everything comes from. That family unit. It's really the focus of so much of our experiences here. That family, our environment, our learning, getting, the relationships. What better place for BioTouch to begin a group healing than in the family. That's why teaching little kids who already know BioTouch, they have a sense about it, don't they?
And that reminds me when you're talking about the family, and I'm thinking of the global tensions that are happening now. And I remember once going to a presentation in a part, and I was giving a talk, and everybody's talking, hundreds of people around. They're all yakking away, and I'm like, what am I going to talk about?
Yeah.
So the first thing I say is, okay, I'm going to show you a little BioTouch, and I raise my two fingers, and I say, okay, I want all of you to take these index and middle finger of one hand, and I want you to turn to a neighbor, and I want you to lightly touch them on the skin, the face, the hand. Just turn to your neighbor right now and touch someone.
Total
the place was silent. It was this wave that came over for a moment, and I remember somebody coming up and go, oh my God, that was incredible. Wasn't very long, but you know something? That was a moment of healing for that massive consciousness.
It really was.
Yes.
The whole group that was in that place together experienced something together.
Yes.
And because, you know why? They were present.
Yes.
In the moment. We've talked about BioTouch and the present moment.
Well, that's number 7 on our chat here, right? That we're going into. Healing is a process, not a moment, but it's in the moment that the process begins.
That's right. Again, you have to be self-aware in the moment in order to be making choices and taking responsibility. I know.
That's a great dichotomy. Healing is a process, not a moment, but it takes a moment to start a healing.
To start it. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put that on the internet, folks.
I know.
So
there you go. Figure that one out.
Healing restores relationship with self, others, and life. I mean,
oh my goodness,
we've just been talking, but I think life is the
important part here. I just reminded me of something that Gary Schwartz, Dr. Schwartz, said in our foreword in our book about the healing between people and the planet.
Yes, and nature itself, he said.
Nature itself.
And it was all based on love. His whole little preface to the book,
absolutely,
based on love. And that's what BioTouch does. The closing thought that Chat gave us was this: healing isn't about fixing what's broken. It's about supporting what's trying to come back into balance, and doing so with compassion, gentleness, and respect.
Perfect. Yeah.
It doesn't get any more profound yet simple as that. So healing is simple. It's not complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. As Bev was saying, we're all here on the planet to heal. And we're here to heal together. And that's why we share BioTouch. Go to justtouch.com. If you learn nothing else but the greeting, and we talked about this last week about how important gentle touch is to healing.
Yeah.
And the documentation and the research is showing that to be true on a lot of physiological levels. Be gentle with one another. Learn to take the index and the middle finger of another human being and just lightly reach out and touch them. Just touch. That's why we're at justtouch.com. And that's why we're here every week to remind ourselves by reminding you. If there is a you out there, we don't even know. We're talking to some screen, right? We're just looking at ourselves here, right?
Because we like to talk.
But we appreciate any of you who are out there listening. Pass this on to your friends and your families, and let us know how we can help you learn BioTouch in this lifetime.
And change the course of your healing. Yes. Absolutely.
And the healing of humanity.
The quality of your life,
Take care. We'll see you all next week. Thanks.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain, so it's not caused by the weather. It doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain